Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Mathis here, the sports judge. What a day it has been in the world of sports. You know, Shohei Ohtani has quickly become the face of baseball. He's an international star. He's the best two-way star in the game today. And some people seem to have a problem with that. Some people have to take shots at Shohei Ohtani. And who would, in their right mind, come after Shohei Ohtani? I mean, we should be appreciating this guy for who he is, for what he has done for the game of baseball. I mean, this is great for the game of baseball. This is a guy who is in the prime of his career, who has, come over to the United States and has put on a show for the fans here, and he has, enticed the masses, right? But then you have a guy who talks a lot, and that's Stephen A. Smith. Now look, I support Stephen A. Smith. He's an African-American man. He's very intelligent, very smart, but sometimes he can make the most ignorant statements, and you're sitting there like listening to him, and you're like, what the hell did he just say? And he makes some of the most ridiculous statements, some of the most outlandish claims, that's beyond me. That's beyond us. It's crazy sometimes the way the guy comes off, and sometimes he sounds like an arrogant, know-it-all. And sometimes you need to be careful what you say and think before you say it. Today, Stephen A. Smith on First Take went on this ridiculous rant saying that Shohei Ohtani cannot be the face of baseball because he doesn't speak English, because he needs a translator. What does that have to do with Shohei Ohtani's game? What does that have to do with the man being an elite superstar? I mean, he's already claimed his status as the greatest two-way player in the game today. He's doing things that we haven't seen since Babe Ruth. So how can you not appreciate this man's game and give him praise for what he has accomplished in his short career, in his young career? Stephen A. Smith sounds very ridiculous. He apologized for it. He was very apologetic only because he realized that he screwed up, and the pressure was probably on him to make an apology. But it was a weak-ass apology. It came off as a half-ass apology. And, I mean, if I'm his boss at ESPN, I'm suspending him for these comments. To me, ESPN's giving him a slap on the wrist. You got to suspend this man. You got to make him pay the consequences for his actions, because he made a mistake, and now he has to learn from it. If you were man enough to make those comments, you need to be man enough and serve a suspension. He needs to be punished for those comments. I mean, some things are better left unsaid, and Stephen A. Smith should know better, because he's been suspended before for making silly remarks. So if anyone should know better, it's Stephen A. Smith. And I thought he would have learned by now. But ESPN is sadly not going to suspend him. And you guys know why he's not going to get suspended? Because of ratings. Because of ratings. He helps ESPN tremendously. Without him, ESPN and First Take wouldn't be a show that a lot of people would tune into. So they need the loudmouth Stephen A. They need someone that is fiery, someone that's passionate, because they know that the viewers will pay attention and listen to him. Because that's what the viewers like. They like the shock value. They like to hear what Stephen A. Smith said. Did you hear what he just said? And then everyone talks about it. Everyone goes back and watch it. And that's why he's not going to get suspended, because ESPN knows if they suspend him, that their ratings are going to drop. Their ratings are significantly gonna see a drastic decline, and that's what ESPN doesn't want. So he's not gonna get suspended. He's gonna get away with his poor actions, and then listening to me, people will say, "Well, you're ruining your career by criticizing another member of the media." Call it whatever you guys want. Say whatever you guys want. Like I said before, I'm doing my own thing, so it really doesn't matter anymore at this point. But I'm calling out Stephen A. Smith publicly because I feel like he was wrong for what he said. And, you know, Shohei Ohtani is a great player. You know, he's fun to watch. How can you not love what this guy has done, you know, on the baseball diamond? I mean, you know, he's an elite pitcher. You know, he has electric stuff on the mound. And then when he comes up to the plate to bat, you know, most of the time he is sending a pitch over the fence. I mean, it's just incredible to see the emergence and to see this guy become a superstar at the next level. He has really blossomed into the greatest two-way player. You know, he's ahead of his time. You know, he continues to amaze us all with his heroics and with his accomplishments, you know, on the field. He continues to, you know, dazzle us with his home runs, you know, balls that have traveled 400 plus feet. You know, it's just amazing. I mean, he didn't have a great night tonight in the home run derby. You know, a lot of people put a lot of hype, you know, around him, and everyone was talking about how great he would be, and I think he was must-see TV tonight. It just didn't go his way. You know, it was a lot of pressure on him. People back in his native country was watching him. You know, there was just so much pressure on him, and I think he kind of folded under the pressure. But Ohtani, man, you know, it's great for the Angels. It's wonderful for the game of baseball. And Stephen A. Smith, you know, for a guy who is not very knowledgeable on baseball, maybe he shouldn't have said anything about it, you know, because, look, he is obviously confused, and he obviously hasn't, you know, done his research on Shohei Ohtani, you know, because this guy is really, really good. And because you speak a certain language, that shouldn't matter how great of a player you are. If you are a good player or a bad player, you know, so what if you don't speak English? You know, that doesn't matter at all. That's irrelevant. That's not as important as he's making it out to be. You know, look, I don't care if he doesn't speak English. If he's going to produce and be a great player, that's all that matters to me. It's what he brings to the field that matters to me, and that's what should matter to all the rest of us. But sometimes Stephen A. Smith gets carried away with his comments. He says some of the most foolish things, you know, and it's just silly. It's utterly silly, and he should be ashamed of himself. He should actually suspend himself and say, you know what, I'm not going to do the show tomorrow morning. I was wrong for what I said, because that was just disgraceful, and that was very repulsive, a very stupid statement, and very dumb on his part. But I'll see you guys later. You guys take care. Have a good night.